Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door and join us for our 13th watch along in the Euros and the group stages. And it's the business end now. We've got teams qualifying already. The Belgians, I have been corrected, have qualified because of the head-to-head rule. The Belgians are through. The Italians are through. Let's see what the Netherlands can do tonight. It's Netherlands versus Austria in Group B. Now, earlier on today, in Group C. Earlier on today, we did have a Group C game at 2 p.m. So let's just bring up that lovely live league table and you will see that the upshot of that is everybody other than the North Macedonians have 3 points. So it's all very tight in there. So the Ukraine move on to 3 along with Austria and the Netherlands. Remember, now we have this head-to-head situation where, given that the Ukraine have already lost to the Netherlands, that a Netherlands win would mean qualification, because then Ukraine could not catch them even if they get a win in the last game, with the Austrians also marooned on 3 points and the North Macedonians down there on 0. So I will recalibrate my brain to not think in terms of goal difference and to think in terms of head-to-head. And that is what we will do. Let me know if you can see me, hear me loudly and clearly, etc., etc. And we will get into the teams for the Netherlands. Stecklenburg in goal. De Ligt returns at centre-half. I don't believe he played the first game. De Vrij to his right and Blind to his left. Dumfries, who was a key figure in the first game, missing a couple of chances, but then ended up scoring in the end down the right. Van Aanholt is the other wing-back. Down the left-hand side, they were very, very high up the pitch in the first game against the Ukraine in a very entertaining Dutch performance, I have to say. Wijnaldum we would expect to sit in central midfield, but he didn't. He was bombing forward a lot of the time and got on the score sheet as well. De Roon and De Jong. So Wijnaldum of Liverpool. De Roon is our statutory Atalanta player that we have in every single team, or in every single game at least. De Jong of Barcelona carries the ball beautifully, doesn't he? And up top, Memphis Depay and Wout Weghorst. We thought Depay might be a good outside shout for the Golden Boot, but Weghorst got ahead and is on the score sheet already. Let me know what you think of that Dutch team, managed by Frank de Boer. There's the bench. Bizo, Krul, Timber, Ake, Veltman, Wijndal, Gravenberch, Klaassen, Promes, Berghaus, Malen and De Jong make up the bench. Now, let me know your ones to watch in that Dutch team. With the Austrians, SofaScore has said they're going to play a 4-4-2. However, we never have any idea where David Alaba's going to play. So if he does, we've literally seen him everywhere on the pitch for them. So let's go with the 4-4-2 shape and we'll work backwards from there when we actually get to see on the pitch what they're going to do. So backman in goal of Watford, centre halves, Dragovic of Leverkusen, Hinteregger of Frankfurt, Ulmer of Salzburg, left back, Leiner, Mönchengladbach, right back, Schlager and Lima. Schlager and Lima will definitely play central midfield, whatever the system is around them. Schlager of Wolfsburg, Lima of Leipzig. Look out for Schlager with the bright blonde hair. Good player. Then David Alaba, who could be left wing back, right back, deep central midfield, attacking midfield, right wing, anywhere. Baumgartner down the other side, we think, of Hoffenheim. And then Sabitzer, who can play off the front if he wants to. They've got down as a forward with Michael Gregoritsch. So I'm not 100% sure that will be the actual strategy used by the Austrians tonight. We will find out. We've seen a fair bit of Austria, especially given that England's last friendly going into the tournament was against the Austrians, wasn't it? So we're starting, by the end of the tournament, we'll be familiar with everybody. Believe you me, we're starting to get some familiarity with a lot of these teams now. And the Austrians would be a case in point there. Let me know who your ones to watch are for the Dutch, and more interestingly for the Austrians. I do like Schlager in the centre of midfield myself. Just have a quick look at the bench. Manager Franco Foda, Pervan, another Schlager, Friedel, Leinhardt, Grilic, Ilsanka, Lazaro, Schaub, Schopf, Trimmel, Kalajic, who we have seen as a starter before, haven't we? Big lump up front, a danger. Onisiwo, excuse me. And can you see down the bottom there, Marko Arnautovic suspended after his goal celebration the other day. One more look at the league table tells us that really, given the Austrians have beaten the North Macedonians, it's qualification definitely for the Netherlands, but even an Austrian win, oh no, because then Netherlands couldn't catch them. So, yeah, basically 6 points means you've probably beaten one of your rivals in this group who's going to possibly go head-to-head. So, not that I'm 100% sure on my maths, but let's assume he who wins qualifies, or they who wins. Pronouns, pal. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Hi to Nat. Nappert's mum. We're all fed and watered. Woof some food down my throat. This is the group stage. I've got another week of this to go. What is it, Wednesday today? It'll be, Thursday today, isn't it? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, got another 6 days of this to go, of this schedule. Although I do have to say there are a couple of days. Sunday, just a 5 p.m. run. And on Friday as well, not Friday, on Saturday, I'll be done after the 5 p.m. games as well. Welcome along to Leeds 2021 as well. Davey, yes, and Ashley Young, back to Aston Villa. Up the Young, says AJ. 1-1 in this one. Depay, one to watch. Alaba for Austria. Arnautovic is slightly crazy, to say the least. Very talented boy, isn't he? But yes, he is slightly crazy, to say the least. Great to see Watford stand backman in goal again for Austria. He's had a great year or so, backman. Not necessarily a year or so, 7, 8, 9 months or so. Took that Watford shirt, became the first teamer there, got promoted, playing for his country in the Euros. Well done, Dan Backman. It's national anthem time. Looks like the Austrians are going first. We are playing in Amsterdam in the Johan Cruyff Arena. Orel Grinfeld of Israel is your referee tonight. Just bang through the teams one more time before we get to the, no doubt, loudly sung with feeling Dutch national anthem. Stekelenburg in goal for the Dutch. De Vries, De Ligt and Blind. Van Aanholt and Dumfries. De Roon, Van Eldem, De Jong. Weghorst and Depay. Up the top for the Austrians, backman. Leiner, Dragovic, Hinteregger, Ulmer. We're not sure on the exact team shape. We'll find out very soon. Hard to pin down where David Alaba is going to play. Schlager and Lima central. Alaba, Baumgartner, we think wide. Gregorich and Sabitzer up top in what may be an old school orthodox 4-4-2. Welcome, Peanuts. Back from work. More power to you, my friend. Great to see people getting back to the routine gradually. Holland 2-0 says Leeds 2021. Shane, another awesome stream on the way. We hope. David, hopefully another good match tonight. I like the Dutch. They were good fun in the first game, weren't they? Week 2 starts tomorrow. Yes, it does, I guess, doesn't it? Even though we're kind of already into round 2. But yeah, tournament kicked off last Friday. Oh, I like that, Alex. If Arjen Robin was playing, we would have Backman and Robin. Beautiful. Get those dad jokes going. 3-2. Oh, 3-2 again. It'd be great, Shane, wouldn't it? 2-1 Netherlands. Get your predictions in the chat, please. Keep everything moving along nicely for me. Have your say in the comments. Share your knowledge. Drive the debate. I'll read the best ones. People get very upset when I don't read their comments. We can't read all of them. There is the great Ronald Koeman in the crowd. Former Dutch manager, singing the national anthem. What a player he was. The greatest goal-scoring centre-back of all time, Ronald Koeman. No one gets near, do they, in terms of his goal numbers? The Barcelona superstar. Please hit like if you're in the stream. Takes a second, but really, really helps us reach some more people. And subscribe if you are new around here. You are very, very welcome. Let's give you the live subscriber count over on YouTube. 17,339. Thank you, each and every one of you. We are growing, growing, growing. We want to keep on moving, in the words of 5, up to 17,500 and even more. Maybe during this tournament, we can maybe move those numbers along, whether it's the singles, the 10s, the 100s, or even the 1000s. It'd be lovely to jump up by as many as we possibly can. Right. The toss is now happening. Alaba and Wijnaldum, the captains. And we are just about ready to go for another Euro 2020 watch-along. This is day 7 of the tournament. And apart from day 1, where there was only one game, we have covered 2 games per day, which I'm very, very proud of. 13th watch along this one. And with another 6 days, well, look, they won't all be 2 per day. You can see on day 10, we'll just be doing the Group A games. And they'll be kicking off at the same time. That'll be a nice, easy day, won't it? On the Sunday. Same, actually, with England. Nothing else on that day, just at 8 o'clock. Round of games. I'm seeing a very large thermometer next to a camera telling us the temperature. And there is a very, very topless Dutch fan loving life. And he gets caught on the big camera. And there are some of the Austrians who've travelled over to Amsterdam. Like the stream, peeps. Absolutely. Hit that like button. The British weather as a whole is pretty wet. Yeah. Maybe different conditions in Wembley tomorrow night. Right. Yo, sup. Welcome. Harry. Here we go. It is the Dutch versus the Austrians in Group C, which I've continually got wrong. And we are off in the Amsterdam arena in a winner-takes-all sort of game, but loser doesn't lose everything. Loser doesn't leave town, but certainly a chance to grab early qualification with what would be a second win for either of these teams. The Dutch victorious in their first game against the Ukraine. The Austrians against North Macedonia. Right, let's first of all have a look at this team shape. And the big question is, where is David Alaba? And he's at centre-back. You just can't figure out what on earth they're going to do. So we're completely fooled by this. I might have to rewrite my sheet here, to be honest. Alaba is playing in the middle of a back three. That's what you do when you have one world-class player. You stick him where he's most useful. So it looks like a back three. So honestly, probably the rest of our system is correct other than Alaba. And we said, where's he going to go? He looks like he's playing sweeper, centre-half, or just generally where the hell he wants to. David Alaba, I saw the BBC putting up his honours. The guy's literally dripping in medals. And he's going off to play for Real Madrid next season as well. All right for some. Hinteregger. Alaba. Out it goes to the right wing. Tucked inside. The Austrians on top so far. Dragovic goes home to Dan Bachmann in goal. Out it goes again to Hinteregger of Frankfurt. Most of these Austrians play in the German league. Here is Sabitzer, highly rated player for Red Bull Leipzig. But quick turnover, and Wijnaldum has played that out wide. Memphis Depay on the ball, but can't beat his man. And the Austrians get it clear. Even start, 2 minutes 20 gone. Netherlands 0, Austria 0. Get your thoughts in on the opening of this one. James is up at 4 a.m. tomorrow. Going to last until, I bet he watches the whole game. Go on, James. Going to be odd for the third place teams in the early groups, not knowing until, not knowing, excuse me, not only who they're going to get, but even whether they've qualified or not. Decent gauge of our level following the friendly with Austria. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Especially if the Austrians give the Dutch a really good game here. Weghorst, the big unit up front. Every team needs one. Here's Pat van Aanholt of Palace. In it goes short. And Blind. Delict. Blend again. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Not recurring. Already dead from last night. Matchsticks to keep your eyes open, James. You can do it. Flicked on by Dumfries, looking for Memphis Depay. He was fouled. He gives a thumbs up to the ref. Appreciates the decision. Fouled by Dragovic, the centre-half. Schlager snaps into the tackle. I said I liked him. That's why. Sabitzer. Ulmer down the left-hand side. Bit more experience added by his return to the team, the Salzburg player. Into the front. And here is Ulmer. Bit of an overload down the left-hand side. Crossing position. Ulmer. Oh, good dribble by Ulmer, who's gone down in the box. Nothing given. He was just lent on. And we'll be interested to see the replay for that one. Here is De Jong. Oh, he carries the ball so beautifully, doesn't he? Great player to watch. De Jong. Here's Van Aanholt. Van Aanholt slips it in, looking for Weghorst. Didn't quite have the pace. And we've seen already a couple of players give their signature move. Here's Ulmer into the box. Well, Dumfries leans on him, I guess. Slight coming together, and down he goes. No penalty given. I think anyone who's watched the Premier League and the Championship is a bit numbed, where literally everything is a penalty. So it's got a nice surprise when someone goes down and doesn't get given. Any beer bias tonight? No, it's, as I said, who was that, David? I've got my nice Peroni Red Label. I've got a box of them, so I'm working my way through. Good start for the Dutch. They're the leads of the Euros. Well, good fun and good to watch. Never drawing. Alaba, the one superstar in the Austrian team. Hinteregger, wide left-sided centre-back. Scoops it down the line. And it's cleared by Dumfries. The Austrians have won it back. Little clip over the top looking for Ulmer. And I suppose what David Alaba coming back into the to make up a back three gives you is a bit more assurance for Liner and all the fullbacks to go forward. And literally, the second you want to, you just bring him into a midfield position and you can just play anywhere, can't he? Where's the red wine these days? Yeah, I go in phases that last a few months of swapping drink, but red wine I normally drink with Shaylee's dad, I have to say. Vicor's battling away up top. Yeah, what's everyone's favourite tipple? Let us know in the chat. What's your tipple? I suppose mine is Peroni for the minute. Wijnaldum, captain of the Dutch. Knock forward for Gregorich to chase. And it's turned over back to the Dutch. Let me know if you want to timestamp at any point, anyone. As running down the right wing is De Vries, the centre half. He's gone down in the box now. Again, nothing doing. And then Alaba goes in on Dumfries. And no foul has been given for any of these. I don't know whether the VAR is going to check that. We will find out. Dumfries is down. Malt whiskey. Stella. Go on, son. Guinness or the Brunel, plum porter, a flat white, cider, Moretti, nice, Scotch whiskey, the tough stuff. Well, Alaba definitely trod on Dumfries' foot. It's in about 10 penalties in the Premier League being given for that. Again, is that the right standard to judge things by? But they are checking on the VAR. If this was the Premier League, this would get given. Alaba treading on Dumfries' foot. Dumfries' foot was on the line on the edge of the area. The Israeli referee is just checking. David Alaba looks nervous. Where is the referee running to? I haven't seen him point to the spot. And for the first time in the tournament, I believe, referee is going to check the screen. Alaba leaning in. He's beaten. Trod on the foot. And penalty. They always get given in the Premier League like that, don't they? An early chance for the Dutch here on 9 minutes. And we've called him every name under the sun. The superstar, the main man, whatever you call him. David Alaba has just conceded a penalty. And it looks like it's going to be Memphis Depay versus Dan Bachmann in goal. Alaba gives Bachmann a good luck. Slap on the back. And it's a penalty. Probably the right call, isn't it? And a big chance for the Dutch to take the lead. Memphis Depay. Looks like it's going to be a short run-up for Depay. Maybe just the 3 steps, unless he does a stuttering run-up. It's going to be a right footer. Depay steps up, scores, slams it down to the right of Dan Bachmann. And within 10 minutes, the Dutch lead. Memphis Depay is the goal scorer. And if things stay the same, the Dutch will be qualifying tonight from Group C. Netherlands 1, Austria 0. Get your thoughts in the comments. The Dutch take a 10th minute lead. Good for the game, I guess. Let me know what you're saying. Done well with the VAR in this tournament. Really well. Premier League, please take note. Pepsi Max Cherry. Nice. Still on tipples here. Grolsch. Lovely stuff. Definitely a pen. There you go. Jace just wants some money. Good work. Reckless from Austria. And Jay finally gets the first goal scorer prediction right. Well done, you lot. David Alaba has got a yellow card as well into the bargain. I don't know whether that was for the foul or any kind of mouthing off afterwards, or whether we didn't see the yellow get given and it's just been confirmed on the TV coverage. Netherlands 1, Austria 0. Let's bring up your live league table and we'll see where things stand right now. Netherlands on 6 points. And as was pointed out to me earlier, it's head-to-head, not goal difference. So Austria would, if things stayed the same, be able to equal points, but Netherlands will beat them on head-to-head. And the same with Ukraine. So as things stand, Netherlands are qualifying. In fact, not only are they qualifying, they win the group as well, don't they? De Jong knocks that into Depay, who shoots. I think I've got that right. Netherlands set to win the group. As things stand, first place in Group C. Well, third in Group D, E, or F. And remember, as soon as we say Group F, third place could be Portugal or Germany. Being we think France are probably going to win that group. At the moment, it's most likely to be Germany, which is quite scary. And we would then get a Netherlands-Germany game again. Oof. They get a bit nasty, those games, don't they? Welcome, Helen. Welcome back tonight. Good to see you. I think I said hello to Shane and Mr. Radio. I think they're saying hello to Helen rather than me. Oh, good. Foul by Daroon, who's also got a yellow card now. He's a bit late there. Takes down Michael Gregorich, who goes very red in the face. Germany, Netherlands, feisty. Do we need to go into Rijkaard and Voller again in 1990? Talking about that the other night, weren't we? What are you going for, Bits? Under 2.5 on the goals. Schlager, Alaba. The last player we would have expected to be conceding a penalty. Nice idea around the corner there from Baumgartner. Keep trying to get Ulmer forward down the left-hand side. EFL fixtures out next Thursday. Typically, there's no games that day, but you still won't get a day off. Tell me about it. I'll do the review on that day, and then maybe I will take the day off. Who knows? I said I'd take Shaley to Wagamama's, actually. Got to be a man of my word. Ulmer, Sabitzer, Schlager, Ulmer. Ulmer digs that one in. Gregorich is offside. Wrong place, wrong time. Question I see earlier. What's harder to win? Good question, that. Euros or the World Cup? Very, very good question. Some arguments that given the more diverse field, that the World Cup groups tend to be a little bit weaker and you can ease your way in. Oh, here come the Dutch. Weghorst against Alaba. Alaba does well. Weghorst crosses low. Excellent defending from David Alaba. Let me know what you think in the comments on Shane's question there. Paul, welcome along, buddy. Got money on 2-0 and would love to see Netherlands v Germany. Everyone wants that in the second round. Winners in Group C. Remember, it's not guaranteed. I don't know how they work all the third places, but it says either D, E, or F. Remember, D is England's group as well. Not that it looks like England with 3 points are going to finish third, of course. Maybe the Scots could finish third, couldn't they, if they can find their way past the Croats, who are with them on 0 points, or even catch up the Czechs or the English. Van Arnholt down the left, ball cross by him. Good gather by Dan Backman, bowled out by him. Sabitzer. World Cup if it's in South America. Agree with that. We had any European winners in South America? Trying to think. Yes, Germany in 2010, right? In Brazil. Dumfries. Daroon. Yeah, good point. Costa Rica topped the group with Italy, Uruguay, and England. We were doomed in that one, weren't we? Old Luis Suarez destroyed us, didn't he? Used to be the Euros, but they're adding in more and more teams. Yeah, I know what you mean. God, 4 groups of 4 and straight into quarterfinals. How about that? That's a proper tournament, isn't it? First and second qualify. None of this second place, second place. Hinteregger, Ulmer, crossing position. Nobody there. The Austrians are kind of neat and tidy. Get the ball wide well. Don't get many men forward into the box. I know that sounds very rudimentary, but do you know what I mean? Sabitzer comes short, and it's not like Gregorich is pinned up front trying to run off the last man the whole time. Whoa. Interregger up the line. Schlager. Nice one in the channel again to Ulmer. Good defending by Frankie de Jong. Not many better players in the tournament in terms of receiving, carrying, shielding the ball over 10 metres than Frankie de Jong, are they? Very good. Very good indeed. Down the line it goes. Easy one for Blind. And here is the returning Delict of Juventus. Cheers, everyone, by the way. Thanks for joining me. Delict. De Vrij. De Vrij out to Dumfries. Wijnaldum closed down. And cleared. I just wanted to pick up on, someone was talking about one of the Red Bull teams or Salzburg or, yeah, Robin's pointed out Salzburg. It does feel like there's some DNA through all of these Red Bull. They all look the same, the way they play. And the Austrian national team presses like a couple of the Red Bull teams. And obviously I studied Barnsley under Struber, who very much played in that way. Looks like there's some kind of philosophy across all of those. Very good. It gives you wings and helps you press, apparently. David, the other David, you're too slow. Too slow, my friend, on the dad joke trigger there. Teach me dad jokes. I'm joining the club soon. Blind. Depay. Blind. Van Arnholt. Depay. Looking for V-course to run in behind. He just can't do that, can he? He's not got the mobility. That's a good question. Wonder which England team would give in to being a Red Bull team. Barnsley, surely. Red Bull Barnsley. They'd fit the mould perfectly, wouldn't they? Barnsley in the top 6. In it comes. Alaba heads clear. Nodded back in by Daroon and then cleared. Stephen, talking about England, Scotland. Let's break the fourth wall here. I've filmed a preview already with Hodgie the Hack, our Scottish friend from behind enemy lines. We'll pop that out tomorrow. Monster Barnsley. Love it. Red Bull Salford. Okay. Yeah. Red Bull Rotherham. Red Bull Ipswich, anyone? No? Well, Red Bull Newcastle. After all this uproar about the Super League, I'm not sure how that will go down. Reading Red Bulls. Nice. De Jong. Cleared away. Good competitive one. This one, the Dutch with the lead. From that penalty, 9-10 minutes, was it? The Israeli referee had to go and look at the screen. I think he made the right call in the end. Dumfries tried to run through. Alaba, foot on top of his. Alaba. Dragovic, liner. Dragovic going for the big diag. Horrible ball over Ulmer's head. Frank de Boer catches it. And it's going to be a Dutch throw-in. Oh, Alaba's left that one and Depay nicks in behind. Depay hits a good effort into the side netting. David Alaba got caught there. However much of a superstar is, they're targeting him a little bit at centre-back here. Let that one go and Depay nicked it off him. It's a really good effort that by Depay. He's on the half volley with 2 chasing him on an angle. Works the keeper, just pops it into the side netting. There's one in the channel, completely overhit for Liner to chase. Going to get a good angle of this Memphis Depay shot. That's unlucky. It's a really good effort. Backman maybe had it covered. Stecklenburg knocks it out to De Vries, who switches the play. Blind. Daroon. Blind. Delict. De Vries. Down the line it goes to Dumfries. Turned inside, tried to ping it straight to Vikos. They weren't on the same wavelength. Vikos was making that Alan Shearer run around into the corner and he tried to go into feet. Sorry, to give proper credit, that Ray Harford run. Alan Shearer gives him a lot of credit, the old Blackburn coach, for his success. Now, quick turnover by the Dutch. Depay's got it. He's had to turn back inside. Here is the excellent De Jong. Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum knocks it in to De Vries. Here's Delict. Good press by the Austrians, but go figure. That's what they do. Can the Dutch play through? Looks like they've got it in them to do it a few more times tonight, doesn't it? De Jong. Depay. Who does like to come short, Depay, doesn't he? Blind. Depay. Van Aanholt completely didn't read that. Depay was expecting Van Aanholt to make the third man run down the line. He didn't, and the ball goes straight out of play. Netherlands 1, Austria 0, 26:43 on the clock. Let me know how you think this one is panning out, how you see this one panning out, as well as we are now over halfway through this first half. Oh, and it's curled in from the edge of the box there by Baumgartner. He comes in from the left, and I think it was De Ligt who was behind it, who kind of gets it in the face. And then in the nether regions, I think, Baumgartner hit it straight at him. He was certainly blocking the sight of Stecklenburg as Marko Arnautovic holds his head. He's on the sidelines, by the way, of course. Stecklenburg is going to kick this out of his hands, I think. No, he's not. Rolls it to De Ligt. De Ligt into Depay, who's very happy to drop into midfield, isn't he? Now, they've won it high up. Sabitzer feeds it through. Really good defending by De Ligt there on the cover. Ulmer knocks that one inside to Hinteregger. And all the way back to Alaba. Austrians do look like they've got a threat. The Ukraine did score twice against Netherlands, but it was a set play in a worldie, wasn't it? Sabitzer comes really short to receive as a deep line playmaker. Alaba goes long, horrible ball. Really, really over hits it. And it's all the way through. Evening, Ben. Why do customers always ring me 2 minutes before the match starts? Just to get the bang for their buck and keep you away. From the left-back area, it goes forward looking for Weghorst. Alaba just deals with him enough. It's not back to Backman. Backman goes long. Easy header for De Vries. And it's in the right-back area with Dumfries. I'm back with De Vries. Just passing it around amongst themselves. 49% possession to the Dutch, 51% to the Austrians thus far. Another foul on Depay, who's causing trouble, actually. And do you know what? He's causing as much trouble coming short into the 10 or even the 8 position as he is running in behind. In fact, he doesn't seem that interested in running in behind. He's a proper hybrid striker, whereas Big Weghorst is your pin him in there, number 9. That said, Weghorst tries to come and get that one, and Alaba just shepherds it away from him. Saga down the line. Given away again. Dumfries tries to turn, Wijnaldum. And Sabitzer picks it up now. Baumgartner fouled. De Vries with the foul. If he was fit, we forget Virgil van Dijk would be playing for the Dutch, but we haven't seen him for the longest time now, have we, poor guy? Alaba. Sabitzer that takes out the free kick short. Here's Ulmer. It's back with Lima. Tries to go down the line. Really poor set play by the Austrians. They've just not really laid a glove on the Dutch in terms of that final third, have they? No shots on target yet. 0.05 on the XG after 31 minutes. Even though they press nicely, they move the ball nicely. Just translating it into goals is the thing, isn't it? It's one over the top. Alaba is going to take that off down back man. Hinteregger. Dutch closed down. Sabitzer. Big long one by Sabitzer. Looking for Lima. Excuse me. There's Lima and Lina. 78 World Cup. Glorious. The Argentinians won, yes. Kempes. What a player. How old will my kid be before they go to Ipswich? In my head, as the perfect parent I will be, I will let them decide on their own first whether they want to go. And if they don't, I will not force them, I promise. Ulmer. Although I'm sure any of you watching with children will tell me that you all imagined you were being perfect parents. And then you had to just get on and do it. Alaba. Ulmer down the left-hand side. Good run by Ulmer. He looks quite a good ball carrier, doesn't he? Decent dribbler. Happy to take a guy on, or at least try to. Lima. Ooh, one down the line and nearly came out and snicked it off from there, Pat Van Arnholt. Sabitzer, give and go. Gregorich. Sabitzer again. And yeah, look, the Austrians, they moved the ball around nicely, but penalty box entrances, chances. Oh, Hinteregger smashed that one towards goal. Stecklenburg looked a little bit less worried than me, I have to say. Really travelling, wasn't he? He smashed that at goal. Goodness me. Sure they'll be glad to watch some footy live. Took my twin girls, age 5. Disaster. Not interested. We lost. Lovely stuff. Would you be more upset if your child supported Norwich or hated music? Again, in my head, as a perfect parent, I have to let them make up their own mind, don't I? But yes, I'm sure that would change. Powerful. He kind of sped up after he hit it as well, didn't he? Here is De Jong. Little spin back inside and plays it to De Ligt. 35-42 on the clock in this one. Depay trying to come in off the line from the left. Loses the ball, goes down, no foul given. Austria building down their left-hand side. Hinteregger, the centre-back, who's got a bit of a taste for it now after that shot a minute ago. Forward down the line, I think it's a throw-in to the Austrians. My dad wanted to be me to be a Southampton supporter. Chose your home team. There you go. Foul there by Hinteregger on Jorginho Wijnaldum. Where's he going? Still a Liverpool player, isn't he? Schlager? What's going on here? Just had a talking to from the ref. Don't think he got booked. Well, there's a nice little one around the corner from Weghorst looking for Van Arnholt. Couldn't find him, but the Dutch come again. De Jong tried to get down the lines, blocked out. And a restart for the Dutch, throwing down the left-hand side. Cleared. And it's back with De Vries, who goes home to Stecklenburg. It's fairly evenly matched. The only issue I have is I don't really see much goal threat from the Austrians, I have to say. Here's Schlager. Can they prove me wrong here? Clipped in, looking for Gregorich. Cleared out. Wijnaldum. Blind has gone down. Caught by Gregorich, who apologises to the referee. Maybe he should apologise to Blind. He does. Just bumps into him. Free kick to the Dutch. Blind carries it down the line, chased by Schlager. Blind goes down again. They foul this time. Schlager gives the chase, but it's cleared by the Dutch. Just got a little bit messy the last couple of minutes. Ball caught in the corner, a couple of fouls going back and forth. Game's just lost a little bit of flow, but there's a ball forward for Weghorst to chase. Weghorst crosses it. Huge chance for Depay. What a miss. Oh, Weghorst did really well there. He could have taken the shot on himself. He gives a bouncing ball to Depay, who should score. It's a nice diagonal. I think maybe if VAR interfered, they might have found Weghorst offside. Clever ball, though. What does happen, though, is it takes a deflection off Hinteregger, and I think Ronald de Boer's reaction is probably the same as ours. Depay should have scored, shouldn't he? But we would have had a check from when the ball was played through. Oof. What a miss. How did he not score? What a miss. Worse than Sweden. Was it? It's on a par, wasn't it? Should have been game over. Should have smashed it first time. Weghorst did have the shot on. Here they come into the box again. Wijnaldum. Good block by Ulmer. And the Dutch, I was just complaining that the game had got a bit messy and a bit drab for a few minutes. The Dutch have kicked right back into gear here. Although there's a foul. Israeli ref gives it one of those and says you're climbing on him. Chances being racked up now by the Dutch. Can he get a second before half-time? Wijnaldum's just stretching to hit that shot. I wonder if he could have let it. It's just not quite in his stride, is it? Oh, God. Here's the behind the goal angle. Oh, Depay. He kind of sets his right foot down. And then the ball bounces up a bit higher than I guess he thinks and a bit wider. And he can't sort his left foot out to just control it in. Crikey, what a miss. I bet Shaley loves the Euros. Poor thing. Euros widow. All a bit scrappy now. Dumfries is going to take the throw in. That he does. Gets it back off Vekhorst and then it's out for another one. What's that stat that the hipsters like? Passes per defensive action. I think the Austrians' entire remit is to make that number as low as possible. They love to press, don't they? Stecklenburg clears. Headed back. Ooh, missed kick by Blind. There's an Austrian player down. We are playing on. Stecklenburg clears. Alaba in the air, heads it. Wijnaldum. And into the channel. Lovely ball by De Jong for Depay to chase. The flag is up. Offside against Memphis Depay. You did get sandwiched there a little bit, Gregorich, but no foul given. And again, no shots on target for the Austrians. To be fair, the Dutch have only had one shot on target, but they've created a fair bit more, haven't they? And their one shot on target was a penalty, wasn't it? Yeah, you see, I agree with that. A kid should always choose his own team, his or her own team. Not to be picked by dad or influenced by family. I agree with that. Whatever your situation is. 1.52, 0.07 on the XG. Yeah, the Austrians have created nothing, haven't they? But basically, that tells us. Have a nice whacking 0.77. Oh, there's a giveaway high up the pitch. Here's Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum across to Depay. Depay in the penalty box. Depay sorts out his feet. The shot's deflected. I think Wijnaldum knew he was offside. Depay kind of half-assed that a little bit, didn't he? Here come the Austrians attempting a counter, but the Dutch are pretty well back in shape. They managed to overload down the right-hand side. No, they haven't now. Got men back. The Dutch. Liner. Inside it's gone to Schlager. Ulmer. Lima. Knocks it in. Ambitious looking ball. Just try to float it in, and I don't know whether it's the three centre-backs of the Dutch that they're struggling with the Austrians, or the lack of men they're getting forward, or the Dutch wing-backs are pushing back the Austrians' full-backs. They just don't seem to be able to get viable amounts of men forward. Support your local team. There you go, absolutely. The downside to that is most kids will choose one of the big teams rather than one of the locals. Well, they will to begin with. And then when you actually want to go to a game and you realise you live in Ipswich and Manchester United or Arsenal or whatever, Liverpool are miles away, you're going to go and watch Ipswich, aren't you? Or whoever's closest. QPR, Reading, Bournemouth, Sunderland, Bristol City, whoever. Sabitzer goes long for Gregorich, who's up there on his own. I don't know why Sabitzer's so far back. I think Baumgartner was just kind of asking him that. Yeah, it does look like Sabitzer has dropped into midfield type position. Or is that temporary? Who knows? We're never going to find out because it's half-time. It's Netherlands 1, Austria 0. An early-ish penalty in this game, around the 10-minute mark, conceded by David Alaba, who we're wondering where he's going to play. Remember, in the build-up to the game, I said, look, they've put it up as 4-4-2. We have no idea where Alaba will go. But sweeper, virtually, middle of a 3 centre halves. And he was the one that trod on the foot of Dumfries. Memphis Depay scored the penalty. Memphis Depay should have had a second. Nice chance for him on the far post, but could not take it. And although the Austrians, in isolation, you watch them and you think they move the ball nicely, they press well, they make it tricky, they just created nothing, haven't they? So let me know what you think of the first half. We'll get some comments up. Let me, first of all, just do the numbers on that half. So the XG on the top there, very heavily in the Dutch favour. Look at that, 1.59 to 0.007. 51.49 in favour to the Austrians on possession, 6 shots to 2. Only 1 shot on target for the Dutch. But look, Memphis Depay had that volley that flew just wide and should have scored a second, shouldn't he? As well, 2 big chances to 0 tells us a lot as well. Get your thoughts in. Just bring up the live league table. So as things stand, being we've got head-to-head, the Netherlands would be qualified because even if the Austrians, the Ukrainians, or the Ukrainians, well, they can't both score 3 points because they're playing each other on the last day. So that might be something we need to consider as well. It might not even need to go to head-to-head because 2 teams can't catch the Netherlands, but with head-to-head, neither of them can. Long and the short of it is Netherlands are qualified as things stand, and we'll just be sorting out group winners and all of that good stuff going on. Keep your comments coming. I am going to take a little 2-minute break, and we'll get back in. Don't go anywhere. Fill the stream up full of comments. And maybe we can go a bit of a free-for-all, a bit of a Q&A like we normally do at half-time. So get any topics in you want. And I'll see you after this very short break. Don't go anywhere, guys. I mean, you can. But make sure you come back because the stream will be returning in a couple of minutes. If you haven't already and you're not going anywhere, hit subscribe, ring the bell for notifications on the Benjamin Bloom channel, like this stream, keep your comments coming, and if you want, you can give it a share. And what better place to go and share than over on Twitter, where you can find me at Benjamin Bloom. Lots of stuff goes down that feed, and if you ever need to contact me, the DMs are open. Forgive me, it might take a couple of days to get through all of them. At Benjamin Bloom on Twitter. You can also support us over at our Teespring store, www.benjaminbloommerch.store. Don't forget the 2 M's in a row. Buy yourself a t-shirt, a mug, phone case, hoodies, all sorts of good stuff over there. Great way to represent our community over here. If you do get something, make sure you send me a picture over on Twitter, in fact, and I will get that retweeted. You can also support over on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. A direct way to support my work here monthly. Get yourself a little bit of extra content each month. And thank you to everybody on Patreon. We really could not have got through what has been happening in the world without you. Before we return, get those comments filled up. Questions, topics, etc. And enjoy the rest of the stream. Here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It is half-time in our 13th watch-along of the Euros so far. It is Netherlands 1, Austria 0. Let's go to the comments and see if we can get some Q&A going. Wow, Ben looks like he'd be a gentle, caring lover. Can anyone in the chat confirm this? Absolutely not. Let's move on from that. They can't confirm it. Is what we're saying. There we go. Right. What else are we going to say? Depay, miss of the tournament, along with the Swedish one, isn't it? Definitely on a par. Austria need to change something. Yeah, you'd think. Seems like with the Austrians, their biggest, trump card is where they move Alaba. So perhaps there's one where they could move Alaba back into midfield and bring in a third defender. I don't know. We will see. Only 1:45 over in Calgary. Nice. No work until Monday. That's lovely. Chris, Holland wasteful, but it probably won't matter. Do something with James. Sure, I've got his number actually, but we've never managed to get around to doing anything. Maybe someone that can follow that one up. He's gone for a wee. He's gone for a wee. No, he hasn't. Never met anyone in my life that called the country anything other than Holland. Only heard the other name from TV presenters and posh hipster people. Oh, calm down, 14 Yorks. All I do is read what UEFA put. They say Netherlands, I say Netherlands. Whatever I say, someone complains that it's the other. But there we go. What are you going to do, hey? You keep some other people happy some of the time. You think we'll see the full potential of this England squad under Southgate? What is the full potential of this England squad, though? So hard to judge, isn't it? Because if you go in terms of squad potential, who's got the best players? Well, England don't have the best players in the whole tournament. Might be third or fourth best squad in terms of players. So it is the sum of the parts, really, isn't it? So maybe we will, in that case, see the potential if we have another quarterfinal, semi-final finish like we're used to. Will Spurs ever get a new manager? Yes, but it's rumbling on, isn't it? And it feels like, when you get a housing chain or something, it feels like there needs to be the big move is going to start everything off. And that even includes the players, because if you think the transfer market is going to be kicked off by Harry Kane moving and the trickle-down effect from that, then a lot of that depends on Spurs getting a manager and the promise of, you can imagine certain managers wouldn't take the job if they knew Kane was going to be sold. So, yeah. Interesting. Shane Henderson's got to leave the England squad. Doubt he would have got a game anyway unless Southgate mixed it up. Yeah, he seems a confident chap, and you just want stability around the squad, don't you? And as many of those players staying in there as long as possible. Just feel under a more attack-minded manager, we might play with more freedom. All I'll say is everyone's raving about the Italians and the French. They both play on the counter, don't they? Clearly, they don't need the ball. And you have Insigne, Immobile, the left-back Spinazzola getting forward. The French were quite happy to just sit in and, get Mbappe down the left-hand side and work things in that way. So to that, I would say who. And international football being what it is, it's a very different beast to club football. And yes, you can go and when you train with players day in, day out, get things moving. But yeah, it's a bit tricky. A bit tricky, isn't it? The French win in Germany was peak Southgate. Nice. What else are we saying on here? Ray, can Leeds United keep improving in the second season in the Premier League if they sign 3 or 4 new players? I think 7th place. Well, to go completely specific on that, if the 3 or 4 players they sign have as much impact as Rafinha, Rodrigo, who are the other signings, Koch and Llorente, i.e. they improve their first team, then yes, of course they can. They got the recruitment bob on last year, and there's no point when you get promoted going signing a load of squad players. You've got to sign players to improve your team. There's a reason you were a league down in the first place, and Leeds did that, didn't they? So yeah, of course they get the recruitment right. Is it worth putting 20 quid on Ivan Toney being Premier League top scorer? As much as I love Ivan Toney, it's probably not worth it. No. Obviously, brilliant season from Toney, brilliant player, but he had a lot of chances relatively in the Premier League compared to what he's going to get and what others are going to get in the big teams. So, no, I wouldn't have thought so. But good luck to him. Good luck to him indeed. I guess what I mean is Southgate too pragmatic? It's difficult, isn't it? Because it's one of those questions. You never know the answer, Alex, will you? Because there's no alternate universe where he's attacking. So we only know what we see. I keep coming back to my theory that the England manager's damned if he does and damned if he doesn't. Whatever they do is wrong. And unless they win the World Cup or win the Euros or win every game 3-4-0, they're going to get a whole heap of negativity. So, yeah, we don't know. Well, let me put it this way to Alex's question about pragmatism. If that had been the Germans beating the Croats like that and we were watching and that was the opening game, we would say, oh, typical business-minded performance by the Germans. Do you know what I mean? So it's difficult when you're inside the bubble, isn't it? Definitely agree with that. Impossible job, 100% impossible job, isn't it? That's why they get such thick skin. They just don't listen, do they? Which is the main thing. Till would be crazy. Southgate winning it. Let's not go that far. The penalty missed, yeah. But he's definitely come whole hog with England, hasn't he? All the tournaments he was in and then under 21s and manager for ages and ages. Ben, could I do something with Charlie from Talking Rangers at some? Of course. Yeah, just give him a shout and we'll have a chat. Why the hell not, hey? I think Villa will be a bigger force this season. Yeah, I do. Yeah, in Leeds and in Villa, you got 2 big clubs. They kind of go into the Premier League as already big clubs historically. And in terms of history, obviously, Leeds are fairly hard to touch. And in Villa too, with the European Cup win. Villa obviously have had more seasons in the Premier League because Leeds were missing for the 16 years. But yeah, they both, Buendia going in, just keep hold of Grealish now, I guess is the thing. And build. Whichever 3 players don't make the squad tomorrow, there will be people complaining. Of course there will. Whatever team he picks, there will be complaints, won't they? Southgate is an excellent England manager, whatever team he gets picked. Someone will tell him he has the wrong players. Sunday was a prime example. And you know the frustrating thing about that, John, is we had a lot of negativity in the stream, didn't we? And people were calling out Mings, Phillips, and Sterling. Phillips was probably man of the match. Mings did really well, and Sterling scored. And the problem is that the people who do the calling out, yap, never turn around and go, I thought Phillips would struggle. I was wrong. I now trust Southgate. They don't do that. They just go quiet and wait for another mistake. What is that? Ben, as a woke hipster, will he be raising my child as a gender-neutral vegan? We got it. Let's drill into this. Do I have a reputation as a woke hipster? Please tell me I don't. Please tell me. I'm genuinely interested in your thoughts on this because I really don't like woke culture. It's horrible, isn't it? So yes, obviously, if anyone wants to be a vegan, that's great. I was a vegetarian myself for a while, not anymore. Not entirely sure on the children being gender neutral as well. I think perhaps if one is not allowed to buy a packet of cigarettes or whatever until age whatever, they think I'm a woke hipster on the Millwall forums. Wow. Deary me. That's not good, is it? I'm not sure I'd go to Millwall if I was woke, would I? I'd have some preconceived idea that everyone there was horrible and wouldn't even give them a chance, would I? So hopefully that tells you a lot that I'm down there a lot. There you go. Well, culture keeps me awake at night. Pulling my plonker. You succeeded. Oh, no one's slagging me off, Bits. You don't have to defend my honour, my friend. You're wide awake, but not awoke. Nice. Got the reaction I hoped for. Good. We've kicked off the second half, and down the right-hand side comes Lima for the Austrians into the box, crossed in, cleared away by Delict. Chance straight away. To be fair, everyone is a woke hipster compared to Millwall fans. That's Shane's words, not mine. I've found Millwall fans very worried. Woke means enlightened, surely. I think it used to mean enlightened, Mr. Radio Floyd, but unfortunately, like most things, certain aspects of the populace will take things a little bit too far and ruin it for the ones that just were enlightened and kind of, what's the word? What can we say? Balanced, ears open, not entrenched in their views, able to have a conversation, believes in education rather than cancellation. I think I heard Simon Jordan saying that on the radio the other day. I thought that was quite good. Education, not cancellation. I think he was talking about that cricketer chap who'd sent a stupid tweet when he was much younger and then was suspended 10 years later by the England Cricket Board or whatever it is. Considered. That's the word. There we go. Non-binary. Woke is hijacked by both sides. Well, you're right, the rebel, aren't you? It's almost like people get so entrenched in their little point of view that they can't see the wood for the trees. And I've come to a conclusion, guys. So I know we're going off the football a little bit. I have a lot of people try and start arguments with me, with my platform that we've got here, not pretending that I'm massive or anything. And do you know what? I would rather debate somebody who's ignorant, who will listen, than somebody who's intelligent, who's in a cognitive dissonance. They're the worst. They will argue anything. And it's like, are you listening to what you're saying? Goodness me. I only argue with you, Ben, when you predict Birmingham to lose. I thought you wanted me to predict Birmingham to lose, Jay, because I always get it wrong. Predict the opposite. Here's Sabitzer into the 10. Sabitzer reverse pass. Oh, if he pulled that off, Lima was in running through the middle. Austrians, good energy at the start of this second half. And the game's a bit stretched, actually. Here comes Dumfries down the right-hand side. Dumfries cuts back. Wijnaldum edge of the box. Wijnaldum left-footed hits the shot. Blocked by Dragovic. And here come the Austrians again. Really good stuff at the start of this half. And it's back with Delict. Can't argue with that. There you go, the rebel. Brilliant stuff. But yeah, the general feedback, guys, I've had from the audience, we stick with the football. Obviously, the social and political stuff comes in every now and then. But yeah, Alex says, didn't mean to open a can of worms. But generally, the feedback I've had from you lot is you don't want to come here and have a powwow where, let's be honest, sometimes if someone disagrees with you, you're not going to have a sensible discussion. Everyone's just going to call names and not listen. So we stick to the football, shall we? I think the plan, someone said, like watching with your mates in the pub is the idea. Have a good chat. Enjoy the football. Shouldn't Dumfries be playing for Scotland? Hamza, welcome along. I can only time check you if you tell me what the hell's going on at West Brom. West Brom have no manager, and I think the CEO's gone now, or the sporting operations guy. So smarten us up. 50 minutes, Hamza, in. I'll give you 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Sink. Oh, yes, I'm very pro-Italian in this regard. I don't have much left, actually. So I'll say cheers to all of you. And have my last few mouthfuls. Right, let's focus on the game now. As I get condensation all over my arm. Into the box comes the cross deflection. And it is through to Dan, a backman. Cheers, you lot. Between season chaos, you know my theories, don't you, Jake? Chaos is not a good predictor of success in the Championship or any league, unless you're Chelsea. In which case, chaos all the time and you still keep winning. Or Real Madrid, maybe, someone like that. There you go. Amanda is actually watching the game, yeah? Not my waffle. And she's right. Austrian pace much better. Good intensity from the Austrians to start the second half. Amanda, though, are we going to have the same problem where they're going to do those bits correctly and not really create any chances, which was the issue in the first half? There's one in the channel. Helped back by Baumgartner. Crossed in and deflected out. It was Liner with the cross. Corner for the Austrians, who have started the second half better. I do agree. Cheers, Leeds 2021. God knows, Ben. Luke Dowling, technical director, left. From what I know, he wanted Wilder when our absent owner vetoed that the relationship was downhill from here. Oh, God. Who's going to be the manager then? I thought Appleton was being spoken to as well. Alaba crosses in, easy for Stecklenberger, the keeper. 52-22 on the clock. Netherlands 1. Austria 0. The Netherlands will be joining the Italians and the Belgians in the knockout round. The round of 16, whatever you want to call it. The second phase, the second round. Had about 500 million different names for this. Do I think Scott Malone's goal v Sheffield Wednesday was better than Gazza's versus Scotland? And you're saying if I take out who was playing and the occasion, that's what makes it the better goal, though. So you've given yourself a circular argument there, Alex, where you're definitely going to win. Very woke, that, isn't it? Make the argument go round in a circle so you can never lose. Throw in to the Dutch. West Brom should go for Holloway. They should have gone for Wilder, for goodness sakes, but sounds like the ownership wasn't up for that. Still, Steve Cooper getting linked with everywhere. Frank Lampard. Although I don't really see him dropping from a Champions League job to a Championship job. Now, Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum plays it down the line. Dumfries tries to take on his man. It's a goal kick Ulmer got there across. And out it goes. Megson to make an emotional return. Appleton wants to see out his project at Lincoln, whether that's true or whether he just saw our situation and thought, forget that. Fair play to him either way. Yeah, fair comment, Hamza. Van Aanholt getting down the left-hand side. So Palace still haven't got a manager either, have they? Speaking of Van Aanholt. Who hasn't got a manager? Can someone write a list in the chat? Spurs, Everton, Palace, West Brom, and soon Fulham, we think. Any more? Liner, chested down to Schlager in the central midfield. I think a few Premier League teams will have Schlager in their documents, let's just say. Probably already did before the tournament, but there you go. Cleared away by Dally Blind. Here's Schlager again. Whistle's already gone, hits the shot, apologises. On we go. Yeah, we got all of them, didn't we? Spurs, Everton, Palace, West Brom, and then we think Fulham, whenever they... Who's going to play hardest ball out of Parker and the Khans at Fulham? Here is Schlager. Swept across by Hinteregger to Alaba. Knocked inside, look back heel. Picked up by De Jong. Knocked off by Weghorst. Oh, De Jong tried to ping it through. There's about 5 Dutch players offside now, but it was Van Aanholt running in, but it was Depay actually. He was completely in, but they didn't manage to play the killer ball. Is there a goal for Austria in this one? Inside it goes. Alaba. Lovely ball by Alaba. Knocked off. Here's Schlager. Schlager. Sabitzer. Sabitzer turns it onto his right foot. He's going to have a shot. Dreadful shot. Trickles along the floor and is easily blocked by De Ligt. Sorry, De Vries. And here is Wijnaldum. I commented on the other day, playing significantly further up the pitch than he does for Liverpool, or did for Liverpool. Van Aanholt. Dutch look like they're trying to take the sting out of this. Just moving the ball around the back 5. Nice and steadily, just trying to wear the Austrians out, aren't they? Oh, little clip over the top. Wayne Rooney, anyone? Still no takeover at Derby. Incredible. How good to Italy look, by the way. Yeah, really good fun, don't they? Look like they can play without the ball. Look like they've got a little bit of imagination and a lot of passion as well. I love that side of it. Love the general chit-chat among the commentary. Well, that's driven by you guys, you wonderful lot. Have your say in the comments. Share your knowledge, drive the debate. I'll read the best ones. Make sure you hit like while you're here and go on. Here it comes. The live subscriber update says, how are we doing here? 17,341. We're working towards 17,500 here. It's like one of those telethon things where number keeps changing. Keep track of it, hopefully. Here is Stecklenburg. Benjamin Bloom's Barmy Army. You're not barmy, you lot. You're smart. You raise the tone. De Jong. Van Arnholt. Depay comes short. Depay, good feet. Depay tries to slide one through. Here's Van Arnholt. Good ball by Depay. Good block by Liner. Good football by the Dutch. The Netherlands. As it says on every website possible. 18k by the end of the Euros. Wouldn't that be a fine thing, hey? You have to tell me about this Discord server thing. Sounds fun. Corner for the Dutch from the left-hand side. Depay crosses it in. Headed across. Oh, what a chance. And, the follow-up is deflected out. Oh, it was headed back across. Then on goal, it was De Ligt who had the final chance. And it went wide. Well-worked corner. Nodded back across. It's Weghorst who had the first header. De Vrij had the second header. And then De Ligt couldn't finish after another good delivery by Depay. And De Vrij smashes a volley well over the bar. Oof. Good save by Backman. Gets his positioning exactly right there. And then I guess the ball falling to De Ligt was not the one. Maybe you wanted one of the midfielders or the strikers. Landing on that one. Right, out comes Lima for the Austrian. On comes Grilic, number 10. Let's see where he is going to sit. It looks like he's dropped straight into midfield in Lima's place. Oh, we are pushing on now. The Austrians have got 0.1 on the XG. Brilliant. Depay tries that same ball into Van Arnholt. Weghorst gets control of it, spins and shoots in the box. Bit of a wayward shot by Weghorst. And out it goes. There is Lima on the bench, who's just gone off, replaced. Oh, now here's Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum plays it to Van Arnholt. Oh, it's bouncing about in the box, and the Austrians have got that clear. Who was it who just came on? Grilic. Florian Grilic of Hoffenheim. There we go. We need to know these things. Stecklenberger, 62.50 on the clock. Netherlands 1, Austria 0. Foul by De Jong. Free kick to the Austrians. Just slid in, mistimed that one. Foul on Liner. The right back, he's playing right wing back. Okay, here we go. Triple substitution for the Dutch. Daley Blind shrugs. He doesn't know what's going on. You're coming off, Daley. He doesn't look happy with it either. Nathan Ake is going to come on, of Manchester City, formerly of Bournemouth. Off comes Blind, former Manchester United player. Weghorst has come off also. And Daniel Marlon has come on, number 18. And Pat Van Arnholt has gone off at left wing back. Owen Vindal has come on. I believe we saw all three of those players in the last game, didn't we? So this looks like a repeating ploy from De Boer. He's trying to get football into those guys and not overuse. I guess particularly V, course, the big guy up front. You have to be durable in that position, don't you? Dragovic. So I'm just trying to do some research on the other machine over here to throw into the Dutch down there, right-hand side. Marlon is a great player on Pro Evo. Nice. Yeah, we've heard Harry Maguire may well be returning in some way, shape, form or fashion. Ake steps out, tries to clear, scoops it up in the air a little bit. Vindal, Ake. All straight swaps, by the way, those changes from Frank de Boer. Ake sitting at left centre-back next to De Ligt. Vindal has just taken Van Aanholt's position and they are in. And it's the first touch for Marlon in the clear. Squares it and it is 2-0 to the Dutch. And Dumfries has done it again. He scored in the first game. There's a big shout for offside by Dan Backman. I'm sure it'll get checked. Marlon, was he unselfish? Should he have stuck his foot through that and scored? The Dutch players all piling in and celebrating. They don't care. It's 2-0 to the Netherlands and they are going to qualify. The yellow card is out. I think Dan Backman's been booked. They are going to have to check the offside. Did Dumfries run ahead? So in the first instance, Marlon, the substitute, is definitely onside. Let's have a look. Is he behind him? Yeah, he's onside. He looks very, very much onside to me. We haven't seen the angle, but we haven't even seen a freeze frame, but he looked fine. I think Backman maybe letting his pride get in the way of the facts there, bless him. Maybe from his vantage point, it did look offside, but he's run over to the linesman and got himself a yellow card. But it is Netherlands 2, Austria 0. International managers get questioned a lot. Shall we give a tip of the cap to Frank de Boer, who took off his big, lesser mobile striker, replaced him with a pacey one, who immediately ran in behind and set up the second goal for the Netherlands. Get your thoughts in via the chat. As we will go to the live league table. Schlager just trying to get down the right-hand side. There you go. That smells like qualification, doesn't it? The Netherlands with a 2-goal lead in this one. And, of course, the Ukraine and Austria, if things stand the same, both go into the last round having lost to the Netherlands. Ergo, the head-to-head means they can't finish above them. Therefore, Netherlands will qualify. Anir is right, though. They did go 2 up last time, and then we found ourselves back at 2-2. Crazy to get booked protesting an offside, which is going to be checked by VAR anyway. Good point. The other one of those nonsensical things is when players throw the ball away nowadays, and there's about another 10 on the... corner goes in. Header at the near post. Was that Hinteregger? Headed over the bar. Yeah, it was Hinteregger. Just kind of on the swivel there and puts it over the bar. But, yeah, you see players trying to stop the other player starting to restart, and they just move down the pitch and grab another ball. We're going to get a substitute for the Austrians. Who will have in their last game, Ukraine. That's going to be good. Looking forward to that, actually. Ukraine versus Austria will be a shootout for second place, won't it? Assuming everything stands the same. Lazaro has come on for Baumgartner. Another change for the Austrians, who have now made only 2 changes, but before we came on and set up a goal, I was hoping to tell you that Daniel Marlin plays for PSV Eindhoven. But he was too quick for me. Bless him. So, by way of reparation, I'll also tell you that Owen Vindal plays for AZ Alkmaar, a name that will make all Ipswich fans happy, because that's the team that Ipswich beat in the UEFA Cup final in 1981 to win a major European trophy. Unbelievable scenes. Welcome, Elevator Kid. That's a good point, Caps Cow. Yeah. If they draw, they probably will both go through. Keep your eye on that. Keep your eye on the betting lines on that one. Oh, corner goes in. Oh, it's headed down. It deflects. I think it's come off a Dutch player. And just dribbled past the post. When did Kaladzic come on? He's just headed that one goalwards. Came off Vindal, didn't it? Corner again. Lazaro into the middle. Cleared Depay. Thigh control and then volleys it over his head. I must have missed that. So one more sub. No one told me. Oh, God, it was ages ago. Kaladzic. We must have been deep in conversation, mustn't we? That must have been his first touch as well. So Big Kaladzic is on number 25. And he was causing a nuisance from that corner. I don't know, Jeff. Here is Dragovic into the front. Cleared away. And Marlin turns and plays it on to Dumfries. Marlin. Inside, Deroon. De Jong. Switch of play on. Ake's open. Here it comes. No. Into the back 3. And eventually out to Nathan Ake. Vindal. No angle for the pass on for him. And the Dutch just keep in the ball. Yeah, it's a good point by Caps Cow. That last fixture, we have the situation where a draw suits both teams. Gravenberg is coming on for the Rune. That is substitute number 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Dutch. One more left there. Alaba. Schlager. Nice ball around the corner. Knocked back in to Grilic. Sorry, Sabitzer. Sabitzer. Looking for Lazaro. Kind of jumped over the ball there, but it's run for Liner. Liner, Grillitsch, Hinteregger, steps out of defence. Good play. Bounding forward. Is he going to continue his run into the box? No. Alaba plays it back into Hinteregger. The Dutch in a good defensive shape. Crossed in easy for Stecklenburg. I think it's Dragovic with the cross. And in the end, all that patience. And it comes to nothing as an Austrian fan shakes her head in the crowd. Netherlands 2, Austria 0. Clearance goes long. Alaba lets it go out. Austrian throw. Quick plug, guys. New URL on the merch store. www.benjaminbloommerch.store now for a great way to support our community here. Into the box, though. I will interrupt my own plug here. Depay. But Depay has been tackled and out comes Lazaro. Grab yourself a shirt, t-shirt, hoodie, phone case, mug, etc. Lots of people asking for beer mugs and coasters and things as well. So we will look into that. www.benjaminbloommerch.store. And if you want to support monthly, you can do on Patreon. Support the channel. Grab yourself a bit of extra content. The exclusive Patreon content goes in there. Follow on Twitter and Instagram at Benjamin Bloom on Twitter, Instagram. You can contact me at benjaminbloommusic@gmail.com or via DM on either of the social medias I just mentioned. You might just have to let me filter out the loonies, particularly on Instagram, where your DMs get full of the strangest things, don't they? And, of course, keep your comments coming. Yeah, and I can't promise the beer mug comes filled, sadly. Ooh, nice feet by Backman. Had an egg on his face if he'd got that wrong, wouldn't he? Goodness me. Grillitsch. Alaba. It's not back inside. Hinteregger. Knocked off by Galazic. Schlager. Lazaro's not going to get that one. Findell gets there ahead of him, but it's into the channel. Liner. Crossing position on the right. Doesn't pop it in the box. Schlager keeps hold of the ball. Schlager again. I think Grillitsch wanted that back. He didn't get it back. It's gone loose again, though. Here's Ulmer high up, looking for Kalazic or Lazaro in the box. Wasn't the best cross you'll ever see, I have to say. As we come up, 78 minutes on the clock. Speaking of beer, we'll have a few cheeky ones tomorrow night. I'll try and stick to my one rule. Maybe I'll have one in the Czech Republic-Croatia game beforehand and one in the England game. I've got to be good. Grealish playing for Austria. Grillitsch. It's my Suffolk accent, isn't it? I expect Austria would be quite pleased with Grealish playing for him, wouldn't they? But he's not. Thrown in by Liner. Touched on by Kalazic to Lazaro. Back to Liner. They should wave some players forward. Alaba. Crossed in. I think it's a bits of playing out on the left now. He is, isn't he? Cleared away by De Vries. Oh, no, I like that. One for every England goal. Maybe I need to get small bottles then. Lived into the front to Kaladzic. Good take by the big guy. Knocked it out to Alaba. Hinteregger. Hinteregger, nice little angle on that. Full of good ideas, the Austrians. Execution's just not been there today, has it? Dumfries, who, strangely, as a fullback, joins the top scorers list. So we should see if we can bring that up. There it is. Patrick Schick. Cristiano Ronaldo. Manuel Locatelli, midfielder in there. Andriy Yarmolenko. Roman Yaremchuk. Ciro Immobile. Romelu Lukaku. And now Dumfries. Ooh, big strike from Alaba with the left foot. That did not miss by much. He gets forward. He larrups that one, doesn't he? Ooh. Stecklenberger. We've got a great camera angle here. Oh, how close is that? Oh, unlucky. David Alaba comes really close there. Stecklenberger is yelling about the closing down. Is that Gio van Bronckhorst in the crowd there? Luke de Jong is coming on. Off comes Memphis Depay on the score sheet for the first time in the tournament from the penalty spot. Oof. Woof. Brilliant stuff. Can't drink going on a 25-mile walk. Ouch. Sounds like it's going to hurt the old feet, that one. Now, here comes Sabitzer down the left. He wants some support. Kaladzic and Lazaro both made the same run into the middle. Dragovic, liner, 1v1 with Vindal. Nice looking cross there. Good defending by Delict, who he's not exactly had a cigar on, but he's not had a hard game, has he? Is this some general Scottish propaganda, Joe Blogs? Excellent stuff. Where are you from in Scotland? You love to see it. Yeah, it's for charity. There we go. Good motivation. Right, a double substitution by the Austrians. This is going to be subs number 4 and 5. Out goes Dragovic. In comes Leinart. And out goes Schlager, who I'm a big fan of, actually. In comes Onisiwo. Easy for me to pronounce. Onisiwo, number 20. Leinart, number 15. And Onisiwo is in behind already. What a chance. Maybe the best chance of the match for Onisiwo, the substitute. Literally just strolled on the pitch. Nearly had a similar impact to Marlon, who came on and set a goal up straight away. Glasgow, lovely stuff. Good luck to you tomorrow, Joe. I said to Stu, I'm giving away the end of the show now, our Scottish expert. I said, may the best team win. And he said, Ben, no, may the worst team win. Which I liked. Yeah, good luck. Good luck, Joe. Still something there for the Scots. And we will never hear the end of it if they beat us as well. David, now if only someone had made a video ranking all these best songs on YouTube. Ake steps out of defence. Dreadful ball by Ake. Given away. And now he's left a big hole. Good turn by Kaladzic. Kaladzic has got no pace at all, has he? He's got strength, though, and he's managed to get that out to the right-hand side. Liner has got Lazaro running ahead of him. Liner completely overhits the cross. Got a bit lucky. Almost following up, almost drives it in. Out it goes for a corner to Austria. 85-40 on the clock. Can the Austrians get first contact on this corner? And it comes. Liner on the back post. I think that come off Dumfries. Was it at the back post? Liner's going to take the throw in now for Austria. Down the right, Lazaro. Liner, Lazaro. Step over. Good feet by Lazaro. Good ball as well. All the way back to Grilic. Oh, good feet by him. Come on, Austria. Where's the key pass, boys? Come on. Alaba. Lazaro back to Alaba. Wijnaldum pinches it off him. And will hope to launch a counter. And has indeed launched the counter for the Dutch. Here comes Marlon down the left. Now it's Wijndal. Back to Marlon. De Jong. Here's Nathan Ake. And across it goes. De Jong plays it out to Gravenbach. Tried to play it in. So many subs, sorry. Trying to keep up. Free kick to the Austrians. 88 gone. The Dutch just trying to keep the ball and play this one out. Keep hold of that clean sheet. Remember, the Ukrainians stuck two past the Dutch in the last game. Here's Kaladzic. Lazaro. Liner. Grilic knocked in from Liner to Sabitzer. Lazaro, excuse me. Cross deflected. Kaladzic, difficult header. Headed wide. Dumfries heads over. I think we're going to see his goal again. I think he was just getting an energy drink or something. 2 goals for Dumfries at the tournament. Do you know, Backman nearly saved that, didn't he? 2v1 on the keeper. Best commentary duo. Can I give a really nerdy answer? It's got to be Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan from the early WrestleManias. But in football terms, well, they didn't really used to be duos. I mean, my favourite football commentator is Barry Davis. But he never used to have a summariser with him. Barry Davis don't need no summariser, does he? Well, I quite used to... Brian Moore and Trevor Brooking or something used to be pretty good. But yeah, Barry Davis, the one for me. We are into 4 minutes of stoppage time. Delict is limping away. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 substitutes have already been made. Murray Walker and James Hunt is a good shout, I have to say. Brilliant. Is Barry Davis a Man City fan? I never knew that. (91:12) on the clock, a 4 minute stoppage time. We are going through the motions in this one now. Having a good old laugh on the Netherlands bench, I think. Wijnaldum is chasing through and has fallen over. Can the Austrians create a chance? Who is this Bob Ross? Anybody? Alaba clips it over the top. I think he was looking for Kaladzic, but it's all gone a little bit limp now, hasn't it? Big goal kick from Stecklenburg. Bob Ross teaches painting on BBC 4. What does he look like? Has he got kind of curly afro type thing? Is that the guy? Here comes Wijndal down the left-hand side. Wijnaldum is making the run. He's going to get it. Wijnaldum into the box. Holds it up. Oh, good turn by Wijnaldum. Hinteregger had a handful of his shirt there. Very aggressive defended by Hinteregger. Wins the ball in the end. Oh, dear. You know it's worrying when Bits sends you a WhatsApp, isn't it? Okay, there is Bob. Let me zoom in on that. There is Bob Ross, apparently. He looks a fun chap, doesn't he? Thanks, Bits. Here they come again, actually. The Dutch could get a third here. Marlon. Oh, selfish. Wanted to rip the net out. Nothing doing, though. And all eyes on the Israeli referee, because we're about to go to full time. The 94 minutes have been played. The Austrians have the ball with David Alaba. We ain't going to go much longer. One more cross into the box and headed away by the Dutch. That's a bit climbs on his man. Free kick. And there, everybody, is the final whistle. Netherlands 2, Austria 0. That means the Netherlands have qualified. Let's get straight into the groups, and you can see up there, Group C, Netherlands now have 6 points. We only have a game to play, and the Netherlands have beaten the Ukrainians and the Austrians, so neither of them can beat them on the head-to-head. So the Netherlands will qualify from Group C. They'll probably win Group C. And as we said, they get third place in either D, E, or F, which, if I go like that, you'll be able to see at the moment would be Croatia, Sweden, or Germany. I know who I'd like, and it's not Germany. Put it that way. Let me know what you think in the chat. Well played. Netherlands. Excellent work. Let's have a quick look at the numbers before we go. Which button do I have to click on to do that? Oh, I'm going to have to click on 2 buttons. Can you imagine my angst? Got even 3 buttons. Sorry, I'm scrolling all around. Okay, there we go. There are the numbers. Look at that. XG 3.15 to 0.68. 14 shots to 9. 5 big chances to 1 for the Dutch. That is what we call a viable performance by the Netherlands. And we'll discuss it in the review tomorrow. How impressive have the Netherlands been so far? You let me know. And thank you, everybody, for joining. Before you go, please hit like. And if you want to shout out, I will give you one right now. Not a classic, said Mr. E. Job done by the Dutch, wasn't it? Napper's mum, thank you very, very much. Thank you for joining us. Amanda, great stuff. Drab game, better in chat. Oh, Bits has had a winner. You love to see it. Thank you, Helen. Won't be remembering this game in Euro 24. We need a sub-count number, Dave, don't we? It was. We're probably either exactly the same or up or down 1 or something. Oh, it's gone up like 6 or 7. Brilliant. 17,348. Well done. Give me one, Ben. There's your shout out. That's the best it's going to get. Walk in the park for the Dutch. Early night, folks. Drink responsibly. Absolutely. Thank you, Julian. Thank you, Jake. Mr. Radio Floyd. Dutch beer time. Oh, yes. Your 2-0 came in. Well done, Paul. Legend. Shout out for my feet. Yeah, good luck with your 25 miles walk, Iain. Nice one. We won't read that one out. Bits there. Enjoy your win tonight. And thank you, Davey. Political messages I won't read out. We'll just move on from that. Thank you, David. Great interaction from you. See you tomorrow, Dave. Yeah, for the big one. Bring it on to the big one. Hull and Shaw to top group. They are through, and they're playing third place in either D, E, or F. Right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, David, there. Any more shout-outs, I'll stick in the outro. Just a big thank you very much from me. I'll be doing the review show tomorrow morning early on, and then everybody get yourself psyched up. 5 p.m., although I'll be here at 4:45, Croatia v Czech Republic. 8 p.m. England v Scotland. We will have a preview show up. Actually, let's do a bit of a straw poll. When should I put the preview show up? Okay. When should I put the preview show up? Either 9 a.m., maybe midday, something like that. Let me know. Just quickly give me your feedback on that. Cheers, BB. Shout out to the pigeon on the roof. Let me know when we should put the preview midday after the game, right? Yeah. 1 p.m. build up to the first game. Preview show up early, and we're a bit mixed here. Midday, lunchtime. Okay, it's all recorded anyway. So nice one. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your feedback there. I'll stick it up. I'll put it as a premiere, so maybe I can dive into the chat and whatnot during that one. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and it is a big, lovely over and out from me. Netherlands 2, Austria 0. Netherlands qualify. They're going to win Group C. Thank you, everybody, for watching. See you tomorrow. It's England time again. Over and out. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button to see more videos from this channel. Hit the subscribe button and to be notified every time we upload. Ring the bell for those notifications to come through on your device. If you really want to support the channel and me as a content creator, I will be eternally grateful if you head over to the merch store and grab something, or support over on Patreon, patreon.com/Benjamin Bloom. Thank you for your time. Go and watch another video.